Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk about panic attacks and anxiety and how to control that and how to really regain your control when you focus on the present moment. Now, what does the word present actually mean? It is often overlooked. I would say it's underrated and not really understood on a deeper level. So it's something that I recently really understood. And the best teacher, I would say, the most incredible spiritual teacher out there is Eckhart Tolle in his book, The Power of Now. So I highly recommend to read it to really understand it on a deeper level. But today, let's talk about the basics. Let's talk about the knowledge that I got from his book and something that you could start implementing into your life because it has made a humongous difference in mine. And it would be almost selfish of me not to share this knowledge. So let's think about it. What is the present moment? What does it mean to be present? Well, it is when your body is here, and it is when your mind and soul is also here. Well, somebody might say, well, I am always here. Yeah, think twice. We might think that we're here, but often our mind is actually really far away. Maybe we're thinking about the past, or we're thinking about the future, or we're thinking about where we would rather be than here. So often our mind is not present, and that makes a big difference when we have that disconnect. When our body is here and our mind is over here, it creates a disconnect. And that disconnect over time can lead to a lot of problems. It could lead to anxiety. It could lead to panic attacks. It could lead to even disease because our body is meant to be one and we have full control over that. And we can start to practice and be more conscious of it so that we don't have to be disconnected again. Well, let's think about what else we often do that prevents us from being in the present moment. We focus on the past. Think about it. If I ask you, how do you often feel when you think about your past? How would you answer? Well, probably the automatic answer would be great. Yeah, I like my past, most of it. I would differ. I would say that, for example, when I look at my past, even if they're really fun, happy photos, it's still a little bit of negativity there. Maybe if I look at a photo that's so beautiful and I might say, "Ah, oh, I'm not that young anymore." Or, "Oh, I wish I was still in this country." "Oh, this person was so amazing. What happened? We lost touch. Now we're fully strangers." So even though they're happy memories, it often brings up a lot of nostalgia, a lot of sentiment that could bring sadness to us. Well, how about the future? That's not the present, but the future, I have great plans for the future. But how do we really feel when we think about the future? A little bit of anxious. Maybe not a lot, but always a little bit because nothing is promised, nothing is certain. It is something that we don't have control over yet. So even if we have big goals or even if we know what we are trying to do tomorrow, but that doesn't bring us full peace because we are not sure if it's going to happen. Now, what is promised to us right now? What is something that we fully have control over? That is the present moment, right here and right now. But do we take advantage of it? Many of us really don't. And I am one of those people that often would just overlook it. I would either get very spaced out and start thinking about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow or what kind of goals I have. Or I often would get fixated on the past, and that would bring me a lot of sadness as well. So, after reading The Power of Now, one of the things that I learned that is really, I would say, transforming to your life is to focus on your surroundings. Focus on the fact that you are here right now. And maybe in the beginning, it will be a little bit challenging. But a game that I like to play with myself is imagine that you are just this new human being that was just thrown on this planet right now. You've never experienced life, you've never experienced a thing called body, and you just appeared. And if I told you, okay, let's start playing, how would you feel? What would be your perspective? in this situation? Well, okay, I have hands. I have skin. Oh, I can take in oxygen. And this is how it feels to take in air and to actually exhale it. I could see really colorful surroundings. This is what it feels like to sit. Oh, this is what it feels like to have my feet against the ground. When you start playing that game with yourself, it forces you to be in the present moment. It forces you to really focus on your own body, on your own existence, and on your surroundings. Now, your mind doesn't go wandering somewhere else because you are only focusing on the reality right here and right now. Now, you might think, well, why would I want to do that? This is boring. Yes, it is very boring in the beginning, I'm not going to lie. But when you do that, you actually connect your mind, your soul, and your body in one line. You become one. You become united. Oftentimes, when our mind is actually far away, right here, and our body is here, there's a disconnect. Look at this. Our mind is here, our body is here. This is a disconnect. And when this happens for a long time, many, many days pass or many years pass, and we're constantly disconnected, this can lead to panic attacks. That can lead to anxiety. It can lead to depression. It can lead to physical disease as well. And why? It's because when we're not receiving our life force, our energy that's supposed to all be united in one, it starts to create problems. So it is something that you could change right now. We are wired to think about, you know, many, many, many things at once. We have the media, we've got our friends chatting here, we've got text messages all over the place, but it is really, really important to take a few moments a day, little segments, maybe when you are waiting for your food to heat up in the microwave, or when you are, you know, waiting for the to show up. When you have those few minutes a day, take advantage of those moments. You know, it's really easy for us to just be like, "Oh, okay, now I have to wait for my Uber," or the bus is 15 minutes away. But if you start to play that game with yourself and say, oh, perfect, I don't have any choice, I've got this perfect opportunity to practice presence, it will make a humongous difference in your life, I promise you. Try it over and over again. It will be boring in the beginning, but when you start to do it right, you will feel your vibration actually rising. How does it feel when your vibration rises? Well, it's almost like a different dimension shows up. Like you really become here. You notice, like, oh, it's like a film, a filter has been removed from my eyes. Everything actually seems more beautiful all of a sudden. Starting to appreciate the little things. You start to feel warm. You feel connected with yourself. You feel natural joy arise. Very, very natural, not tricking yourself, but really like you just feel good. You feel excited all of a sudden. And this is all just from you being present because your mind, your soul, and your body finally connect and become one. Something that you are meant to experience every single day in this life. And we have lost touch with that. So try it out. Next time you feel anxiety, next time you feel a panic attack coming, really focus on that. Don't think about all the thoughts that brought you to this moment. Get rid of everything and just be here. Focus on your body. Take a breath and really pay attention to what that feels like when it comes in and comes out. Pretend that you were just dropped on this planet and just try to experience yourself. Oh, I'm in a body. This is what it feels like to walk. This is what it feels like to see. This is what it feels like to breathe. You will be present and everything will start to calm down. I promise you. And when you do that every single day, your vibration will actually start rising. So not only will it make you feel better, but you will actually start to manifest other things that match that high frequency. That means that your life and the physical events around you will also start to improve because you are working on a higher vibration, which is what we are meant to be and do on this earth. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will be releasing a lot more videos about this. Read The Power of Now. I promise you, it is a book that will really transform you. But I will do my best to bring the basics from all of these teachings to you. Thank you.